Okay, so you all know like S/4HANA Finance. So personally, I know it because you have completed this training earlier or recently. Now coming to Central Finance. So far, if we'll quickly, we will recap the S/4HANA Finance. So when we are going to do the deployment of S/4HANA Finance, so one is our on-premises, another one is your cloud, third one is your hybrid. So that is a normal implementation. When we are just going to upgrade, just leave the greenfield one, we are talking about the migration one, brownfield. So when we have one existing box is there, whatever application we are using, whether it is ECC or 4.7. So in that case, we are going to upgrade the database from any database to HANA database. Then with that, we are going for S4 HANA conversion. That is your normal migration. Okay. But if the customers, they are using multiple boxes, okay, so if let's say they have one box is there ECC, one box is there 4.7, one box is there, let's say SAP B1, and one system is there also non-SAP. So if this many source systems are there, okay, maybe one system is also there, that is S/4HANA Finance in one location, or let's say they acquired one company where already simple finance being used. So in that case, the normal migration won't work, right? So because right now it is not possible, like all the existing systems should be upgraded to S/4HANA system, right? We have ECC or B1, so it is going to take much time. Or let's say I'm talking, let's say for example, let's say uh, 15 boxes are there, 15 systems are there. So practically it is not possible all the systems are upgraded to S4, and after that customers are going to get the benefit of S/4HANA. So far, like we have seen everything, the complete business process is part of your universal journal, or everything is there in AC doc. But until unless we have not upgraded all our boxes, all our systems, so we are not going to get those benefits. So customers, they are looking for, no, we have to use S4 HANA Finance, but simultaneously we have the restriction. We don't have that much budget and that much time to upgrade all our existing systems into S4 systems. So for example, let's say we are going to take here two systems. So one system is, so this one is your SAP ERP, you can say ECC. This one is working on Oracle database. Another one, it is also SAP system, but SAP business one. This one is working on SQL Server. This is a very simple example. Only two systems are there, but if 20 are there, then you can imagine the complexity. So what we have to do for reporting purpose, we need the BW system. So this is your warehouse. From already we discussed earlier the concept of OLTP system and OLAP system. So this is my analytical system. For reporting purpose, we are going to use it, and these are our operation systems. So regularly we have to take the data from the source system to the target system. So we have to take the data from here, and we have to take the data with multiple BW extractors. We are going to take the data, and we know the data structure of this system. So here we have so many tables are there for customers, some set of tables like your index tables, then cleared items separate, assets separate, your controlling separate. So already we know that, I don't want to go into this part. So but we have to take all the data, or we have to regularly schedule the batch ups for extracting the data. Not only extracting the data, we have to transform the data, and we have to load the data through the ETL process, because the data right now whatever is available here. So you can imagine if it is new GL implemented, another one maybe not, it's 4.7, that means new GL is not there. So that's why this one, it is known as your heterogeneous environment. So we have multiple systems are there with different architecture, with different configuration set. If it is non-SAP system, then it is a different they have a different architecture. There we have different entity. So due to different data model, so we have to transform all the data for your reporting purpose. And definitely your reconciliation issues will be there, data validation will be there. So this type of current issues are there. So one option, we may drop this idea, no, we don't need S4, or we have to go for this traditional way of reporting. That means we are going to take the data from the source systems and we need to continue like this is one way. Second option, we may upgrade all the systems, right? So we need to upgrade this SAP systems into S4 system. We may upgrade this system into SAP system. If it is one non-SAP system, then we can go for greenfield implementation. That is one, you can say one option. First of all, why we need the uh, this central finance, or what we are saying, that why we need it, what is the benefit of this architecture, if you'll see. First of all, in S4 systems, okay, already we verified certain advantages are there which is not available in our current system. And as example, we don't any concept like, or reconciliations are very much minimized in our S4 system, that we have practically we have seen it. So almost you can say negligible reconciliation. The moment we are doing something in operation, we are getting the asset document. We are doing something in controlling, we are getting the finance document. So your customers are also automatically it's reconciled. So reconciliation we can say minimized. So for that purpose, we want know, we everything the benefit of S4 should be there, plus faster closing. Second one is your profitability analysis. That is one major impact. Most of the companies in ECC, you know the complexity of profitability analysis. So here we are dependent on the costing based COPA. We have value feeds are there. Whereas in S4, we have seen we are completely dependent on account based COPA. So that is why in most of the companies, you will find, not most of the company, in some companies, you will find that to avoid this profitability analysis, they use Excel sheet for their internal analysis of cost and revenue. Because here we have to take the source data from so many sources, like we need to take the data from the logistic, we need to take the data from production variant, production, we need to take the data from finance. So there are again your month end activities related to controlling. So we have to take the data from different systems or different sources to the BW system for the profitability analysis. Here we want, if we can introduce the S4 system, then we have this account based COPA will be there, and which is very much very easy. And we, instead of value feeds, we can use the same GL account which currently we are using in the finance. So that is also another reason we should introduce, or we need the central finance. So one is your faster closing, second one is your simplified profitability analysis. Because in ECC we need, in ECC we are dependent on costing based COPA, whereas in S4 we are dependent on the account based COPA. Another one is your group reporting. So as if we can transfer all the data to one system, then definitely that is going to help us. Another practical benefit, if for example right now in this organization they are going to add one more system. Okay, so if they are going to add one more system, what they will do, so they're supposed to do this, upgrade that system into S4 system. But management they don't want to upgrade that system, they want our old system should be operative. Okay, instead of upgrading once every system one by one, we should something we can do so that all the systems should come under one umbrella. So that is our requirement. So due to the mergers or acquisition, if any new company added to our umbrella or to our group, then how we can handle that one, or any intercompany reconciliations will be there. So due to there are so many reasons, we want our old systems or the source system should be operative, user should work as it is, plus we should get the benefit of universal general or all the features of S4. So for that purpose, what we can do here, that is the concept of another deployment, or we can say central finance. So if we'll see the central finance architecture, once again, let me open one PPT. So this will be your central finance architecture. Just like my example, here we have two systems are there. One is your SAP system. Yeah, this one is your SAP system. This is SAP ERP, means is 6.0, 6.0. So where new GL is implemented, you can imagine here maybe one system should be, let's say 4.7 also. Then another system is non-SAP system. This one is your S4 system. Universal Journal is there. That means this is your S4 system. Now we want this system should be operative. So user will work as it is in this system. User will work in this system as it is. Plus we want everything should be transferred to our AC docket table. Universal Journal is nothing but your AC docket table. So how it is going to work here? Okay, so we are going to introduce here one middleware, that is middleware we are going to introduce, that is also known as your SLT layer. Okay, just get go through this particular diagram, then we will crack this diagram and we will try to simplify in our way. Okay, let me explain first with my diagram, then after that we will come here. So we have two systems are there. So this is two systems. So this way we are not going to work, or in this way we are not going to continue now, because instead of using multiple different heterogeneous architecture, now we want everything should be there in one system. So from that previous diagram, we concluded that everything should be there in your universal journal or your AC docket table. So we need the data should be, although right now I'm explaining theoretically, but everything we are going to see practically. So we want everything should be there here. That is my AC docket table. Universal journal or AC docket table. But how it is going to work? We are not going to upgrade this individual system. So we are not going to take the data, or we are not going to extract the data from here to the target system. Then how it is going to work? So that's why here some additional license are required, or some additional systems are also required. So here we need one middleware, that you can say SLT layer. Okay, also it is known as your replication server, LT server, anything you can say here. So we need one more system here, that is your middleware. This one is our S4 HANA system, but only with S4 HANA, this one is not going to work. So if you'll see this diagram along with your S4 HANA system, we have one more system is there. Okay, this is my S4 HANA system or universal journal. Plus I need one more separate license here, that is your central finance box, or you can say central finance one. So that one, like how it is going to work, like if we are going to understand this one, then how the system is going to work here. First we have to do something, that means my source system should be linked with my SLT system. Okay, so how it is going to connect, then we need here RFC. First of all, it is not like application based replication, it is, we are going to take the data from the database. So here we need the RFC to connect my source system to the middleware, provided that it should be SAP system. But if it is not SAP system, then in that case RFC is not going to work. Here we need the smart data access. Okay, so from this database to middleware, connection should be through RFC, then this one through smart data access. Then now data connected with, and it is real-time replication. That means the moment user is going to post one document in source system, it should be available in the universal journal if everything working fine. So that for that purpose we need this middleware SLT, plus here we need the, we need to introduce here, or we need to configure here the CFIN structure, central finance structure. So in central finance structure, if you'll see this one, this particular one. So this is your SLT, these are your source system, and this one. Here we have certain activities are there. So let's check the first activity, that is something central finance accounting interface. So that means whatever the data is available here in SLT, so that should be transferred to, or that should be pushed to your S4 HANA system through some more activities, that is your central finance accounting interface. So that is nothing but CFIN structure. Okay, so today I'm just explaining this one high level. Then in detail, we are going to do each activity, right? So CFIN, CFIN structure. The next one is your business mapping. So next activity would be your business mapping. So that means we have to do some mappings here, or that is your mapping action. Now, let's try to understand this mapping action in a simple way. What exactly we are going to do? Before that, first we have to understand here what type of data we have here. So if we'll see what type of data we have some master records. In our source system, we will have some master records like your GL, then we have customer, then we have cost center, right? Plus we have some configuration data, company code, document type, business area, plus we have some more data like your internal order, your production order. Okay, so these are the source informations are there in my, or these are the informations are available in my source system. Now, why can't club this data? That means this one and this one, almost it is same informations. Like these are the master records, these are master records, these are also master records. So why I need to worry about this data separately? Why can't I will add this one here? Uh, Technically, if we will see, sorry, functionally, if we'll see, both are same data. That means these are master records, these are also master record, but the nature of this data different. The reason here is these data, this internal order, these are your, let me note here. So these are your short living objects. For a particular purpose, we are creating the internal order or we are creating the real order. That job done, it's over. For one particular production process, we are creating the production order. We have completed the process. We calculated WIP or variance. That is over. So these are your short living objects, whereas these are your long-lived objects. You will have a cost center for always that we are going to link with your work center. So that we can't club short-living object with your long-living objects. So it will be your long-lived objects. Functionally, if you'll see, both are your master records. All these data are same, but technically these are different. So these are your short living objects and these are your long living objects. So that's why we are going to segregate these data. So that means in total, what we understood, we have three type of data would be there. One is your master records, that is your long lived objects. Some configuration data will be there and some short living objects will be there. So under this mapping action, then we have to map these three type of data. So that is known as your, we will manage those through keep, that means keep the data. So at high level, we are going to segregate this mapping with key mapping and value mapping. Three level in fact: key mapping, value mapping, and cost object mapping. So under key mapping we are going to manage this data. Under key mapping we are going to manage this data, that means all your master records we are going to manage through key mapping. Our purpose is that we will do something so that when user is going to post the transaction, the data will be available here through the reporting. But for reporting, first we need to handle those master data. Without master data, there will be no report, no transaction will be posted, and without transaction there will be no report. So that's why before transferring or before replicating any transaction, any postings, first we have to handle the configuration, or then after that we have to manage with all the master records. So that is why we are doing all this activity. So we understood that there are three type of data would be there. One is your master records, long living objects, master records, short living objects. That one we are saying that technically as my cost objects. So these are your cost objects, these are your master records, and these are your configuration data. So this configuration data we are going to manage through value mapping, and master records we are going to manage through key mapping, and the short term objects, this will be, we will map through cost object mapping. Okay, so basically we are going to do here under this mapping action, we are going to keep the data, or its meaning, what is the meaning of keep data, right? So we have different type of mapping actions are there. Keep data, then we will have once I will go to the system, then I will show you these options are there. Then we have map, mapping obligations. Third one is your clear. We don't want any mapping here. So that because all data we are not going to do the mapping. So third one is your clear. So these activities we are going to do under your mapping actions. So source system linked with your SLT middleware. Then we introduce your accounting interface under your CFIN structure. Then we have completed the mapping. So after this mapping, the data is available with your all the master records are available. Okay, we need to take this data to the universal journal, but how it will work? So practically not possible. In different systems we have so many master records are there, and we are going to create all these master records in the S4 system or in the central finance system. For that purpose, here we need some additional tool, or you can say additional license is required, although it is not mandatory but very much required. That is your MDG, master data governance. Okay, so but it is not mandatory, so we can take this on optional, but it is required to map your master records. Configuration, that we are going to do separately. Okay, so when user is going to post the transaction, suppose I'm the user, I'm trying to post it one document here. So the document is posted in my in source system, but the document is not reflecting in my target system. That means in my S4 system, I'm not getting any update here, any impact here. So then something goes wrong. So if you'll go to this one here, you can see one more tool is there, that is for your error analysis, AIF tool. Basically, to resolve that error, I should know the reason here why this particular document failed, or why this document is not replicated. That we should know the reason. So that's why here we need one more tool that is your AIF, Accounting Interface Framework, popularly or commonly known as your AIF tool. So that means whatever the document we are going to post, okay, so if we'll link here, okay, after this configuration mapping, it should be linked with here. If the document successfully posted, then we will get a confirmation message here in AIF tool. Or if the document is failed, there will be no issue in the source system because source system is already operative and it is working fine. Document will be failed in the target system. So for that purpose, we need here the AIF interface. AIF interface. And what is the purpose here? Why we need this AIF interface? To analyze these errors or to analyze this accounting interface. AIF tool, and it is nothing but your accounting interface. Then finally, the document will be posted to your universal journal. And this is how it is going to work. Okay, so whatever I explained here, so same is available in this particular diagram. So we have multiple source systems, then we need here the SLT, that is for the SLT is just connection between your source systems, multiple source system with your target system, and target system is your S4 system. So this S4 system also mapped with something, your central finance box. So under this central finance box, we may have MDG, and also we need this AIF for the error analysis. So this will be architecture and this will be our entire process. Okay, so one by one we are going to work here. So that then how many systems are required here? So we need one system as source, 1, 10, whatever. We need this. This will be your first system. Second system will be your SLT. Third system will be your S4. One more tool is required. This one, your AF tool, right? So who is going to handle this SLT? SLT itself, it's a like your map for like your data migration point of view. Although we are not doing this data extraction here, but it is a real-time replication. So that is not our job. SLT consultant, they are going to handle this one, or basically you can say it's admin work. So basis will do this activity SLT. Okay, let's identify these three systems in our environment. So minimum these three systems should be there. This is not a central finance system. First, let me show you with a general system. Yes, Vikram, what is your question? Okay, if I will go to S4 system here, I have this central finance is there. You must have checked that one. So this is my 1909 system. Okay, you must have noticed this one under this financial accounting. Here central finance. So why it is separately? Okay, if we'll expand this one, here you will find central finance as source system and central finance as target system. So in which situation central finance will be a source system? I already told you, if anywhere, let's say one system, we want to take this as your source system. Let's say currently we have five systems are there, five boxes are there, sixth company we acquired, they are currently they are working on simple finance, or I mean on S4. So in that case, S4 will be also treated as source system, and one system we are going to take as target system. So that's why you will find both options: central finance source system, central finance target system. So this system is ready to continue with your central finance, or to map this one with central finance. Now coming to this ECC. Now if I will go to here, in IMG node, you won't get anything called central finance because normally it is not there. Okay, if I will go to let me search with CFIN IMG, this is the transaction code for central finance. So no information is there. So that means any system, just you got a system here, whether it is SAP or not SAP, we can't take that system into our list as your source system. So we have some more activities are there, then only this system will be considered as your source system. Any general systems, I mean, it will be there, the source system, but we have certain activities are there, some certain nodes needs to be added, certain activations are required, then only it will be treated as one of your source system. Okay, so this one, what we will do, we will see in next session. First, let's understand this architecture. So that means any regular system can be your source system for your central finance mapping. For this, we have to do some more activities. So what we understood, the first system should be SAP ERP or any third-party system should be treated as your source system, and where we are operating our main business process, just like your normal FICO postings. Second system would be your SLT system, which we are going to integrate with your source system to the target system. And your third system is your SAP Central Finance as your target system, which is nothing but your S4 system. So after posting all your documents, so we will see what type of document will be there. So should this document should be reposted. So this is my EC system. Last time I tried to find the central finance node in my other AC system. It was not there. Let's try here. Here it is available. So that means certain things are done here so that this system can be linked as one of your source systems. But in this system, we are not going to do anything because this is the system which one we are using for our operation purpose for day-to-day activities. So my company code, my logistic settings, everything is configured already and where users are working on regular basis. But here I'm getting the central finance node. So that means certain activities we have to do here. The source system settings like my initial load, those things we are going to handle from here. Okay, but you will not get much activities here because we are not going to do anything in the source systems except the initial load. Okay, so if you execute this one, then you will find something, we have to do something, but before that, first we have to see how this activation will be there, what are the nodes are required. Okay, all these staging tables will be there or not. Here couple of staging tables will be there because so many tables are there in our ECC structure. So it's not practically possible we can map all these tables. So that is also very much important in the source system we have to find, because when we are posting the transaction, the document will not be there in your BSEC. Obviously it will be there BSEC, but we are not going to do the mapping from the BSEC. We have some more tables are there. Okay, so accounting interface tables should be there, because here we found that there is one central finance structure is going to be introduced. The normal transaction will be there in your BSEC, or it will be there in your COEP, but we can't take the data from that table. So we are going to have some staging tables. So initially the data will be there. If the data will be there, how long the data will be there? It will be there permanently or for a particular period those data will be there. So those things we are going to handle in the source system. Then second system we need here, that is your SLT. Okay, where we are going to take this SLT? That means for this SLT, we should introduce a separate box, a separate system, or we can take this one with any existing box. What we can do? Different options are there. SAP is recommending you should go for sidecar approach. Sidecar approach means SLT should be one independent system. So that means these are your ERP systems. This will be your S4 systems, and SLT you can take here. SLT can be deployed on separate instance. Recommend option. But we can also add that one on source system, but some conditions, some restrictions. SLT can't be added on any ECC system or any 4.7 systems, or not on ERP system. As SLT is your SAP product, so first of all, it should not be added with. That means, for example, we don't want to take SLT with a separate box. We want to add that one with an existing box in my source system. Is it possible? Possible, but not here, not on any non-SAP system. First option, non-ERP system also. So that means I can add this one. We can add this one on SAP ERP, but not on RY3. That means on 4.7 it is not possible. Okay, so it can be independent. It can be added in the source system, or it can be added in the target system also. So the different benefits are there and some disadvantages are there. If what are the benefits if you are going to add SLT with option 1? Option 1 means we will take this one as option 1. So if you are going to, which SAP is recommending, if you are going to take SLT as your independent system, so that means as many as additional source system can be integrated to SLT without impacting your source system. So that means, for example, let's say SLT is added here. Okay, then in that case, SLT is connected with which system? SLT is connected with your ECC systems only. This one is ECC, then your SLT. So certain restrictions are there for adding the multiple source systems. So that's why SAP is saying that instead of adding that SLT with source system, better you take independent system as your SLT, and so that it will not impact your performance. So it does not affected with any upgrade, any update in your source system, because if SLT is added here, if this system is down, then definitely SLT is also down. Okay, so in that case the problem will be there. So that's why if you are going to take SLT as independent system, so any upgradation or anything in the source system, it is not going to impact your SLT system or your LT server. Also, SLT can also be used for other integrations purpose. That means SLT is just a middleware. So other than your central finance activity, we can use the same SLT system for other purpose or other than your central finance. So that's why the most recommended option, you take SLT as your independent options. But suppose due to budget, if we want to add SLT with your source system or with the target system, we can do that. Like in my case, we added the SLT in the source system itself. So this is my EC system. Then go to the transaction code LTRC. So this SLT is available with my source boxes. It's a separate one, but it is it is installed in my source system. So that is also possible. Okay, we will not go to this one right now, but we can see here the SLT is mapped here. That is second option. Okay, what is the advantage we discussed? If we are going to take SLT as your independent system, then what is the advantage we discussed? What is the disadvantage? As SLT does not have the direct access to your source system or to the data, then in that case, yeah, SLT we have some activities. A lot of activities are there, so that we should know being functional consultant. Okay, so if let's say connection is not there, so in that case we can't access the data here, because SLT different system and this SAP ERP is different system. So that's why no direct access to your data with your SLT system without any connection. But if SLT is there in the source system itself, so without connection, without any connection, we can access the data, because SLT and source system both in the safe system. So advantage, performance issue will not be there. Disadvantage, connection is required. Any function or integration logic built on your additional data from your source system and the central finance system required additional replications. That is also another disadvantage. Okay, so what we understood, if we are going to put SLT on source system, so SLT has direct access to any data in the source system, better performance will be there, to read the data because no network connection required to access the data in the source system if SLT will be there in the source system. And disadvantage, if other source systems are connected with SLT, then performance impact will be there. If the source system is down, then SAP also down. Any upgradation to your source system, it is going to impact your SLT also. So that's why SAP is saying that better take this. SAP is saying that take SLT as your separate system. Now, can we add SLT on central finance? That is also possible. So one option, SLT here. One option, SLT can be here. This is option one. This is option two. And third option, can we add SLT here? That is also possible. So again, same, if SLT will be there in your central finance, then SLT has the direct connection or direct access to any data on your central finance data, because SLT, through SLT only the connection will happen. So we can have a direct connection. Better performance will be there for replication. No network is required. Same, SLT have a bad performance. If this system is down or something wrong with this system, then SLT will be down. So that's why temporarily maybe you will find to add the SLT with source system or target system. But in long run, if you'll see, better to take the SLT as your independent system. So one system we found, it is EC system. One system we found SLT. In my case, SLT with your source system. So this is my EC system. This one is my So this is my EC system, which is my SQL server, and it's a ECC one. It's a ESP8 system, I know. Yeah, so it's a as a ESP8 system. This is ECC6 ESP8. This is my source system. Then on same system we have introduced here, or we have added the SLT. Then this will be your SLT, okay, which is running on my source system. Third system will be your, as usual, your S4 system. Okay, so this is my HANA database, and here we are using 1909. So this many systems are required. At least we need 3 systems here. Okay, but you can add as many as you want. Okay, where we can see the AIF. AIF should be always there in your central finance, because we need to analyze this document. AIF should not be there in your source system. So there should be another system should be there, that is your AIF. This system is just like it's a mailbox, you can say. When we will post the document, if the document will be failed, then we will get to know the reason here. This one, okay, AIF monitor or interface monitor. Now just to check, one sample document I will post, and that I will post in source system. Let's see whether this document is going to transfer, or the right word is your replication. So whether it will be replicated to the target system or not. So I'm going to log into EC system, and here I will post the document. EC system is my operation system where all my configurations, everything is there. Okay, you can see the organization structure here. So this is my organization structure. So you can see here everything is there. Okay, normally your organization structure, and I'm going to post one GL document. So we will post the document with one cost object, and we will see the same in your S4 system. In my case, my source company code and target company code same, but it is by chance. If you want to take a different company code in the target system, that is also fine. So mapping purpose, if you want to take different, it will work. But practically, if you'll see, the company code should be same, because anyway we are going to use that for reporting purpose. So let's post it. So these are what? These are my, yeah, SLT consultant. SLT consultant, or basically you can say system admin. They are responsible for, but they are going to help us take the help of functional consultant, because here we are. Okay, let me post this one. I will come to that. So because they don't know what type of document mapping will be there, so functional consultant involvement will be there, but configuration they are going to do SLT. So let me complete this particular document posting. I will come to that. So here I'm trying to post one document here, which is my finance document. And these are what? 10005 and 1006. These are nothing but my cost elements. In ECC, we know how to handle this cost elements. We have to create this cost element as primary or secondary cost element. So it is direct posting we are doing. So these are my primary cost element posting with cost element category 10056. This is my cost element category 1. So as these are my cost elements, then we should add here the cost object. Otherwise system will ask to add the cost object, right? So requires the cost object. So I'm adding here the cost object as cost center. So once again, this is my EC system, and we are posting the document in EC system with cost object document posted. So the document posted, document number 10017. Let's note it somewhere. I will answer a question. Let me complete this one. So my ECC document is 10017. Now let's analyze this document. So it will follow the old structure document. So that means this data will be there in your which table? It will be there in your BSEC. It will be there in your COEP. First check the document. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so this document is there, document number 1007. So let's find out the tables. Old system, so BSEC is there. Document number 10017. It's available. So 2 debits, 1 credit. As this is old system, then here we have the controlling document will be there. No cryptic document. This is original controlling document will be there. So document number CO 1105. Sorry, 1105. So it should be there where? So this will redirect to your controlling document case B5, and with reference to the finance document 10017, that we got here 1105. So you will find this one where? COEP. Okay, so 2 lines we having the cost object, coin transaction, it is available. But in ECC, we have so many finance documents are there, finance tables are there. So practically it is not possible to map this document from the BSEG or COEP, because here you will find multiple documents, n number of, multiple tables you will find here. So that's why here we will have one more table. At what moment we will get that table? We will see that one. But here we have one more table, that is your staging table. For that we have some more tables will be there. So actually we are going to map from that table, not from BSEG and COEP. For normal practice, the document is posted in BSEG and COEP, but we have to find out whether this particular document is available in that table or not. If it is successfully replicated, or chances are there it can be replicated, then the document should be there in that particular table. Now we will verify this particular document number, this one 10017. It should be there in that finance staging table, which is there under our interface. So where we can find that? It should be there under your SLT. So when we will do the mapping, so we are, what type of document we are map, or what type of document we can map. So it's not like everything we can, or we are able to map here. So we can map your accounting documents. We can map here that means under your interface we can map only CO posting. This is not only CO posting, it's a normal FICO posting. We can map cost object postings, and we can map, or we can replicate FICO posting. So three type of document we can map, or we can replicate. One is your FICO posting, example this one. Another one is your internal CO postings, just like your all your internal CO postings, like your RKIU, RKIB, RKU1, anything with where we are having one internal CO document will be there. Or simply you can say in S4, where we are flowing the data from CO to FI, and your cost object related document. This document is part of your FICO posting. So for that purpose, we have to ensure that this particular document should be there in my two table. It should be there in two table, because there also we have the header and line item is there, just like your BKPF and BSEC. So we have to ensure that this particular document should be available under the staging table, that is your CFIN underscore ACC HD, that is your header. Okay, company code is not activated. Maybe let me show you the line item, CFIN underscore IT. So here I will take my company code, and we will try to search that document. Company code, can you see here somewhere? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so here we will check the document is available here or not. Let me post the posting date also. So this document is available here. So this is my logical system. The logical system is nothing but my source system. So in the logical system, we posted this document, and the document is available in my source system, right? So it is possible because here the interface is connected, the source system with the target system for my FICO postings. So that's why it is available here. If it is available here, that means we can expect the same document in your S4 system, provided that everything is fine. But that does not mean that if the document is available in this system, then we can say SLT mapping working fine. If it will not there in in this table, it will be there another log table. Okay, so failed items at source system level, but at source system level it is working fine. Now we will verify this one in our target system as usual. Okay, here we will find the reports, my GL line item reports. So that means we can see this one in FBL3N. So it is available here. Also, it is available in my cost center report. So all we are checking in the source system, and same we will verify in the target system also. Okay, so it is available. The documents are available here in my source system. Now we will verify this one in our target system if everything is fine. So let me log off the source system. I will go to the target system and we will verify. I will check FB03. We are not posted any document here, but we will verify in the target system. So I will take my company code. Okay, I will choose here the logical system. So this is my logical system. We will see how, from where we can see the logical system, where the mapping and all. So I can take here the posting date. No document is there. So something wrong with maybe it's not wrong with at interface level, because we found this document is there in my staging table. Something is wrong there in the mapping label, or maybe somewhere it is wrong. So how we will know what is wrong here? Again, the tool, AIF tool. So we need to go to error monitor. Here you need to go to this one, error correction handling or error monitor, and there we can see why the particular document failed. First of all, I should authorize to analyze this document, or I can see. So every user will not have access to this AF monitor. This is not a consulting job. So any power user also can handle this work. So one authorized person should be assigned with this AI monitor. Then he or she is going to check all these errors here. If it is handled managed through user level, they can do it. If it is something related to consulting, then it will be forward to the consultant. So it is just a message box you can see. So let me check what is the error here. So I will check the date range and we will check. Okay, so here multiple informations are there. Right now we have posted, like you can see here, I told you only 3 type of document we can map. So this is one, okay, this one, and this one is your one cost object. So we posted a normal FICO posting. It's not internal posting, it is a FICO posting, and you can see here one error is showing here. Okay, symbolically one error is showing. So let's check that one and we will see what wrong here. Okay, see, account number 1005 is blocked for postings. So in my target system, someone blocked this particular GL account, so that we need to unblock it. One zero zero five, yeah, this account blocked for postings. So I came to know this one about this particular error for my AIF tool. So we unblocked it. In source system, document is already posted. So what we will do? Shall I reverse that document in source system and once again we will post it? Not required. The source system document already posted and it is there fine. Just we need to correct in the target system. But again in target system, we are not going to post any transaction. In target system, just it is available for your reporting. So that's why I will just restart the transaction. So here you can see here one restart option is there. Select restart. Refresh once. It's removed from here. Okay, so no data available. Why it is no data available? Here you will get both messages, error message as well as confirmation message. For me it is not showing because in the initially I only selected this with errors, display only errors. Okay, so that means now we will check that. Now it's done. So this is done. So we will check here whether the same document is available here or not. Okay, so now I'm going to execute this one. Oh, now the document is available. So first check, is it the same document or not? So the document is 10017, that is your sender document, 10017, 10017, and the document in S4, it is 10011. So your S4 document is 10011. So this is which document? This one is not a finance document. This is your universal general document. That means the same document should be there in your AC doc. Is it okay? So here we will check. Document number 10011. The target system document 10011. Execute. So this includes both my finance data as well as my controlling data. So with two line item, you can see coin transactions are there, and this is my offsetting entry. And with reference to the source document, sender document system 10017, this document is posted. So it is there in my AC docket table. Now we will check. So that means my finance tables are working fine with this document. Now we will check whether my cost center is going to work with this one or not. In target system, we are going to verify the cost center report. So it is available. Now, how can we will confirm it is the same document? So one option we can see here, this is the document. Other options you can see here. So what will happen if we go to the document? Okay, some error is there. Otherwise here you will get the cryptic document, because in S4 there will be no controlling document. So you will get the cryptic document. Okay, let's check other options. See here, the reference key. So this document is transferred from this logical system, and this is your reference key. It is posted. So it is not posted directly in this system. It is replicated from the source system. So this is how we are going to complete all the transactions, everything in our source system, and end result we are going to see in the target system. So this is the meaning of central finance replication. So here benefit is users are going to work as usual in the source system, and all the end results will be available in the target system. For this we have to do, as a functional consultant, what we are going to do. We are going to do the initial load, we are going to do the mapping, then we are going to do like all type of mappings, then we have to handle this one, this AF settings, then automatically the document will be available, plus all the configuration in the source system and the target system. Source system configurations are already there. We are not going to do anything. I mean, not, I'm not talking about training point of view, project point of view. So this one is already there. Only thing is we have to handle this system, and we have to handle this part. This is what expected from the central finance consultant. So for this, additional license is required, or additional business function is required. So that is that is another activity for us. So under this SLT, yeah, you asked that type question, what exactly we are going to map here. So I already answered, we are going to map only three documents here. I mean, three type of document. One is your, I'm just giving hints here. In actual session we will see in detail. So one is your, just now we posted, that is your FICO posting. FICO posting, and where we are going to do the mapping, we are going to do the mapping here under cfin underscore ACCSD, that is your header, or cfin underscore ACCIT. Already we verified this one. If it is any secondary posting, let's say we did the assessment, so that is known as your secondary posting. So this will be your only CO posting. It is known as your only CO posting. So again, we are not going to refer the COSP or COSS table. In target system, it will be there in your AC doc, but here the data we are going to map it from COBK. Plus, we are going to take the cost object mapping. So that cost object mapping should be AUFK. Definitely, this in your SLT, this interface must be there. AUFK, CFIN, and COB. So if it is not there, or if it is not working, or these are missing, then definitely your mapping is not going to work. Okay, so I hope you got some idea about the central finance and what are our activities.